Speaking of 13, that's how many home runs Colson Montgomery had before last night's game.
Yeah.
Now he's got 14. And it's crazy because the White Sox lost that game, which is another discussion, historic meltdown by the White Sox. And I don't know what's going on with Grant Taylor, but maybe they need to take a step back with him as they did maybe with Colson Montgomery earlier in the season. But Colson Montgomery is giving you a reason to pay attention to the White Sox more closely than we ever thought we'd have a reason to pay attention to the White Sox. He has been simply on fire. He's the youngest player in White Sox history to now homer in 4 games in a row. And the tear that he has been on, 14 home runs since the All-Star break, makes me think that we've gone from, do we have a core player for the White Sox future in Colson Montgomery, to do we have a budding superstar on our hands for the White Sox? In that same vein, Cade Horton had a very ho-hum first half of the season with the Cubs. He was called up, had to get an opener in his first start, and he had done well enough. But he has been absolutely lights out since the second half started.
Except for the blister game.
Except for the blister game. You love hanging the blister game over his head, right?
I did it.
2 questions. Yeah. Did he go on the IL after the blister game?
He did not.
Did he make his next start?
6 shutout innings against the Angels. He did.
3 hits, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Has he looked the part of future ace for the Chicago Cubs?
God, I don't know if I'm ready to go there yet. Has he looked the part of an ace? I mean,
since the All-Star break.
Ace is not something you just throw around. You know what I mean?
Let me hit you with this.
But I've been wrong before, Justin Steele.
Let me hit you with this. The man has made 7 starts since the All-Star break. He has given up 2 runs in 37 innings. In those 37 innings, he has given up 18 hits. He has walked 11. That's a whip, a walks and hits to inning pitch of .784 while striking out 8.3 batters per 9 innings. An ERA of .49. Over 7 starts. That's like a smaller sample size, but when you think about it, that's pretty much a fifth of a season. A little more than.
That is an ace sample.
So if that's an ace sample, the conversation becomes from where we were at the All-Star break with the Cubs and where we were at the All-Star break with the White Sox. Do we have 2 guys who have had not only unbelievable seasons, but seasons that lead us to believe they could be superstars for each of their respective squads? And really the bigger question is, who's having a better second half?
Oh, wow, man. That is good. Look, they're both former first-round picks, right? Colson Montgomery and Cade Horton. So it's not crazy to think that the talent from which they come, the stock from which they come, that these guys will be really good for a long time on their respective teams. I guess I'm just not ready to anoint either at this point. When I say that, like, Cade Horton is the starting pitcher for the Chicago Cubs, but where he is exactly in the rotation, say 5 years from now, I can't quite call it. And I've said this to you before, and I know you'll shoot it down again. I am still trying to figure out how to better define what an ace is in Major League Baseball these days, especially when somebody is growing into it because of how starting pitchers are handled. To no one's fault, to none of the pitchers' fault, that managers get to the bullpen faster these days. Pitchers pitch between 5 and 7 innings, 5, 6, whatever. Like, it feels like every day we're looking at a line of last night, Matthew Boyd, 5 1/3 innings pitched. Jamison Tyone on Sunday, 5 innings. Javier Saad, 6 innings in his start. Cade Horton, 6 innings. I don't know, man. I mean, like, don't we have to see guys go deeper before we even come close to calling them an ace? Because bad things can happen after 5 1/3, after 6 innings, after 6 1/3. This is why I hesitate with Cade Horton.
All right, let's start. Okay. Is Paul Skeens an ace?
Absolutely.
Okay. Paul Skeens has made 27 starts this season. How many times do you think Paul Skeens has pitched more than 6 innings?
I don't know.
But like, what would be appropriate for what you just defined as having to see a guy go deeper into games?
Well, how many times has he started?
27.
27 starts.
27 starts. So based on that, the only reason I bring this up because of what you just laid out.
Yeah. So you're asking me how many times
has he gone more than 6 innings? Because you just laid out as like a barometer.
Yeah. So how many times is he going to in 27 starts? I'll say 16
or 4.
Okay. Okay. I mean, point taken.
So
yeah.
I'm going by what you're telling me. He went 7 innings his last time out. It was against the Rockies.
Wait, 4 times?
I'm about to give it to you.
Wait,
he went 7 innings his last time out against the
Okay.
Rockies. And he gave up 3 hits. He struck out 7. It was the Rockies. I want to point that out. You got to go all the way back to June 8th, the last time he went more than 6 innings. He went 7 2/3 against the Phillies in a 2-1 win. He gave up 2 hits, struck out 7. The start before that, he went 8 innings, and then one previous start before that, he went 8 innings. That's the only time this season that he's gone more. Excuse me. Oh, I missed one. He had a start back in April. So
maybe he's not an ace?
No, I think he is, but I think it goes back to what you said about redefining what an ace is.
Yeah. Well, when you see it, you know it with Skeens, though. You know what I mean? That's a different one. And well said, well laid out. We know what Paul Skeens does. His stuff is just straight up overpowering, dominating, all of that kind of stuff. So I look at that as a little bit different in that case.
And I think the thing you have to understand is they're playing with kid gloves when they look at Cade Horton because he hasn't pitched this many innings. So they have to monitor start to start.
Absolutely.
And maybe that you have to wait until they take the kid gloves off to be able to say
that's kind of it. And I've heard people around town saying, no doubt, he's an ace. Ron Coomer said it on the air that he thinks he's going to be an ace someday. And he knows a whole hell of a lot more about pitching in baseball than I do. So I'm here for it. I'm allowing for the possibility of it. I'm just not going to proclaim that at this point.